welcome back, everybody. Or if you're a first-time visitor, consider subscribing. Every once in a while, I have some cool stuff on here. Today, for instance, we have some pretty cool stuff on here. This is the new Radiolink Esc. They sent this to me to review and just do some videos on. And this thing is really cool. And I think it comes in right around $25, which is pretty crazy considering it's a 90 amp Esc. And it is supportive all the way up from 2 to 4S. And what's really great about this is it has all the normal options you need for an Esc in almost every application. And they advertise it can be used from anything from boats, tanks, cars, boats, planes, crawlers. And a lot of different applications with this one. And one of the really cool things about it is they give you this little set of pegs. You've used these before to select from LiPo, non-LiPo, and all your other driving modes. And it's the same in this one. You have your row 1 through 4 here. And you can put these pegs in. So you've got training mode, which I believe is just putting the peg in number 1. You have your normal run mode, which is the peg in number 2. And then you have your crawler brake, which is pegs 1 and 2. So I'm going to get this thing set up, and I'm trying to figure out what vehicle I'm going to put it in, because I mean, it's ready to rock. They've got your bullet connectors on there for you, and these are standard for most motors. You got a nice rubber silicone boot around your on and off switch to keep it nice and waterproof, and it comes with an XT60 connector, which is my favorite anyway, because I just really like the way they operate. And also, your instruction manual is full color. Now, the lettering is kind of small on it, but that's to kind of be expected for the size of a pamphlet that would come with your stuff. But the fact that it's full color and it has tons and tons of information, it's going to take me a while to go through all of this and figure out everything it can do. And there is just a whole lot of applications with this Esc. And except for $25, I really can't think of a whole lot of other Escs out there that are that price that can beat this with this many options. So I'm going to get this thing mounted up. We'll go through the calibration steps, and we'll take it out for a run and see what it can do. So, I have the Cool 9030 all mounted up in my axial SCX 10.3 base camp. And I have the jumpers in right here. I put the 2 jumpers in, so I should have drag brake if I read my instructions correctly. Now, before you do this, you are going to want to make sure your vehicle is suspended off the ground and supported well, because there's a chance these tires can start moving and you don't want this thing taken off on its own. And you should do this with all RCs. So it says to turn on your radio. Turn it on there. And then it says this is for your calibration. Hold your throttle in all the way. And I have also reversed my throttle channel like it suggested. And you should power it on. Okay. And then push it forward. And then neutral. Alright, that was easy calibration, and this drag brake, that looks like a pretty daggone good drag brake. So this is going to be fun to try out my crawlers. Let's get this thing out and run it. Calibration's that easy, guys. Hold the throttle in all the way, power it on, you hear 2 beeps, push it forward all the way, 2 beeps, let go of it, it goes back to neutral, and it's calibrated. And it seems to be calibrated very well. Let's get this thing out and run it a little bit and see how the Esc actually handles. I'm running a 3S on it this time. I'm running a 3200 milliamp, 11 volt, 11.1 volt 50C. So let's get this out and see how it does. I think this 90 amp Esc is really going to take care of business. All right, we are outside with the Cool 9030. I've got a 3S in it, just like we did inside. Thought maybe we'd take it out here and see how it does. Okay, I'm going to get up on here a little ways and I'm going to let go of everything. Alright, that's the crawl brake on its own. It just settled in and locked. I've got no hands on the throttle right now. Let's ease it back down, see if it's got a little faster response on the on the reverse. It would be a programming card would be cool to have for this, but for just programming you do by button pushing, it doesn't do too bad, it seems. It's nice, smooth, and slow. And I'm gonna let go of everything again. And it sags back a little bit and stops. So the brake on this is really good, and the throttle response feels pretty nice. You can go really slow. So I'd say the calibration works really good. And there we go, forward again. Alright, we'll get down here and do a downward descent and see how the front drag brake does. Alright, it seems like it sags in and settles in too. I think this would be a good choice for a lot of other builds too, but I do like a lot of Tamayas, and this would be great for them as well because it has your normal functions and it has the training mode and everything, which you can set it up in if you want to let somebody try your vehicle out for the first time and doesn't have any experience. Alright, there, let go of everything. So the front, this is it coming down by itself. There, it's settled in, and that's where the brake locked in at. So for crawlers, I think this is going to be a good option, especially if you're wanting to replace something that came stock that does not have an on and off switch like this truck. This truck didn't have an on and off switch on its ESC. You just plugged in the battery and it went. And now I've got one. And it's waterproof. It's got a drag brake. And you can run up to 4S, which is kind of incredible. I haven't seen a whole lot of other ESCs for brushed that offer that. See it for brushless, but not brushed very often. Down there we go. All right, I am going to put a link for this in the description. And earlier I think I said they were $25. They're $29.95. I just looked them up again. And for $30 to get a 90 amp ESC that is crawler capable and also capable for your bashers, buggies, and everything else, waterproof, and I bet knowing Radiolink, they always improve upon their stuff. There's always version 1, 2, 3, and 4. I bet they'll come out with another version of this in the future. Probably, even if not another version, at least a programming card or a way to program that. So stay tuned, and you're going to be seeing more of this ESC. It's going to stay right here in this truck. Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll leave a link for this in the description, and I'll catch you on the next video.